in that situation where you're coming home after filming those, because by the way, which is a ridiculous number of anything to film.
This should do the math for everyone. That's 2 to 3 episodes a day. And traditionally, late night hosts do 1 a day.
So you're coming home exhausted after doing something that you didn't find fun.
Right.
And then the exacerbating factor of all of that, which I reflect on and I say to myself, Steve, would you have been able to deal with this part as well? Is the show was by some people well received, but by others heavily criticized. Specifically the community, which is the YouTube community you'd come from. People made very hurtful, very shallow criticism, sometimes your personal criticisms about you in the show.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Superwoman, which is the pseudonym I think you used to go under, that has got to, doing something you don't enjoy, that is not aligned with you, and then being criticized for it is like the holy trinity of a bad place to be, right?
100%. Even you saying this has given me a 4th pimple on my cheek. And I'm sweating because it does evoke an emotional response out of me. And it's not just the YouTube community. It was the South Asian community that I got critics from. It was a queer community that criticized. In every community, there was people, not all, but there were some people that were criticizing me. And that's a really hard pill to swallow. When I just finished telling you that part of the reason I said yes to the show was to help pave a path. I felt a responsibility to communities. The tough part about being a minority anything is that so many people are counting on you to reflect their experience. The best you can do is reflect your own. The best I could have ever done is talk about my experience and my lived circumstances. That's never gonna satisfy over 1 billion South Asian people, queer people, women, that's half of the population right there. There's no way. And that's such a hard pill to swallow, to know that you can go out there, try your best, and still, because you're the only one, people are gonna criticize you. I think that is not discussed enough about why it's so hard to break through. It's because so many people are counting on you and it's an unrealistic expectation. I also had to, and this is way easier said than done, and I'm still working on it, I had to learn not, and I mean this with love, but I mean this very bluntly, not to take advice from people giving it from inside their comfort zone. The amount of people, especially on YouTube, that would criticize the jokes on my show, the delivery on my show, the sound quality of my show without never having stepped foot into a late night studio. As a logical person, I have to shut that down because that's the equivalent of me watching basketball and being like, you missed that 3-point shot? Oh my God. I could never make that shot. So I really had to retrain my brain to take away value from certain people and add value. If Jimmy Fallon wanted to give me critique on my show, I would have been all ears and taken notes and been like, thank you so much. But if some person on the internet has never done this, I simply cannot take their critique seriously. And I know some people hear that and they think that's a really perhaps snobby way of looking at things, but not really. No, practically speaking, you cannot take advice from people who are doing it from inside their comfort zone because they actually don't know what they're talking about.